corner of the world, and welcome to June the 2nd already. So as always with my lives, if you're out there watching me, perhaps you'll just go ahead and make a comment in the live chat column on the right hand side there of your screens. Just let me know you're out there. And as always with my lives, we'll be creating a project from scratch. Okay, so I had a little think about what I might like to do, but that's as far as it's gone. So I'm just going to come in a little bit closer, just so that you can see, and hopefully that didn't make you too seasick. Right, so my thought was to use one of the new stamp sets from the annual catalogue that was released at the beginning of May, or went live at the beginning of May. And it's Seaside Wishes. Now, it has a coordinating embossing folder and die set, but for the life of me, I can't find it. So we are going to go with what we have. And I mean, I've just been tearing everywhere apart today trying to find it. So that's what we're gonna work with, and see where we go from there. Okay, so Seaside Wishes. So you can see it's got sand dollars, it's got some starfish, it's got a dotty stamp. Everybody, you know I love my dotty stamps. And we've got a couple of, well, some really nice greetings as well. You absolutely made my day. Your friendship is the best gift. Sometimes the simplest things mean the most. Love you. So that's what we've got to play with today. Right. So, seaside theme, sunshine is outside, although here in North Texas, we're under a severe thunderstorm watch. So it could well be that we might get disturbed by that. So I thought about some seaside colours. So we've got Summer Splash, perfectly named, but also like a, I don't know, a greeny bluey colour. And then the basic beige, which I used last week. And you know, to be honest, I really love this colour. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use either, both, or just one or the other. And then I've got this paper. This is called Country Lace, which at the face of it you might think, oh, I'm not so sure what would Country Lace do with Seaside. But I mean, it does have this basic beige colour in it. Let's see what else we've got in here. Here's another. It kind of gives a bit of a sandy look to it, so that's why I kind of picked it up. This one is nice. That is really neutral. That is a lovely one, that is. And then we've got with the blues. So let's go with this one and see where we get. Well, I don't know. Let's pull out the other one as well. Well, I think there's too much going on that, but maybe we need something going on. But there was one that looked a bit like sandy. That's not too bad. Okay. Well, look, we'll pull out those two and we'll see where we go from there. Right. Now, just to set myself even more of a challenge, I thought I'd do a fun fold. I think I did one a couple of weeks ago. Last week, oh, I did something a bit different last week, didn't I? But let's go with what we've got. So if we're going to use these papers, I'm thinking that my base card ought to be this Summer Splash. Right, Now, I thought I would do, see, I've already got some bits, look at that. I thought I would do a Dutch gatefold. I don't know if you've ever done one of those. I have no idea why it's called a Dutch gatefold, because I can't see anything Dutch about it. But anyway, so get our little trimmer out and see where we go from here. So we've got this piece, and I think this is 4 1/4. Yes, it is, because I made a card with one of these. Oh, it helps if you use the cut inside cind. There we go. So I'm going to score this up 5 1/2. So let's just put a score like that. And then the let me think. Have I got one of those? I've got a little bit of roughness, and I swear I had a nail file here. It's not my day, is it? Oh, there it is, in the wrong place. Now I just want to take off a little bit of that fuzziness. So this is just an ordinary nail file. I mean, there's nothing special about it, but I found that if I get a few whiskers, then this will get rid of them. So, you know, if you just come and join me, maybe that tip has made it all worthwhile for you spending some time with me today. So that's going to be our card base. Now, the whole point about a Dutch gatefold is that it has kind of a bit that comes round like that, so that you get like we'll be trimming this off, but we'll trim that off, and then we'll have another piece that comes round and goes in between and meets in the middle here. So in order for it to go round, so we've got 4 1/4 and plus 4 1/4 to go all the way around. So that's 8 1/2. So we're just going to take a strip that is 8 1/2. That's the width of the cardstock. And then we've got to decide how tall we want it. So if we want it like to be square, that would be like 2 1/8. So it could come 2 1/8 would be that deep, and I'm thinking maybe 2 1/2, or we could go 2 3/4, which would be half of the top and half. No, I'm going to go for 2 1/2. So we're just going to cut a piece off here that's just 2 1/2. I mean, it's just purely arbitrary on my part. It's just, if you like, what looked good. It looked good. So now, so this is going to go like this, and it's going to fold in the middle. So I need to score this at 2 1/8. So I need to get that out of the way, because otherwise I'll cut it. So 2 1/8 from each side, 2 1/8. There we go. And I'll pop that aside for 1 minute, because we need to cut 2 1/2 off of here. And then I think we finish with the cutting momentarily. Okay, let's stick that underneath so it doesn't clutter up. So now we've got see, I've even got bling on my bone folder. don't know how that got there, but I've got bling on my bone folder. So I've just made sure that all my lines and my edges all line up. And then so if you've been finding difficulty in imagining what I mean, that is what we're going to create. So the card will actually stand up on those two pieces. So I'm wanting to actually attach this in here, in that side there. That's what I want to do. And then I can use a piece of white cardstock. Is this the right size? 4 by 5 1/4. I can put this in like that, and it will hide most of the mechanics. So that will go like that, that will go like that, and that will go like that. That will move down a tinsy because there. And then we'll need to do, that's when we'll need to do some decorating. And then I think that's when these papers will come in. And maybe I'll do these, use this as well. So if you are out there, perhaps you'd like to throw out an idea or two. I'd certainly look at making sure that we can incorporate that. Okay, so right. I think what I am going to do is I am going to use some double-sided tape to stick this down because it might get a lot of wear and tear, and I don't want it to fall apart. It's not an unreasonable thing to want, I figure. Right, so that will go in there like that, and then that will go there like that. Right, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of stamping. So we can do, right, so this is, you can see I haven't used this, which is why I'm really mad that I cannot find the embossing folder and the dies. So let's see, we've got some panels, so that would sort of take that. We could do that, and maybe with the big panel we could do that with a greeting. Okay, so let's just go with, it's a bit big, don't really want them that big because I'll get ink in the wrong place. Now when I use my stamps for the first time, I do try to give them a little bit of a clean, because sometimes I just find that there may be a tiny little bit of manufacturing residue on them that will stop them taking up good ink. So just a little clean, and that seems to solve the problem. Right, so this is the Summer Splash ink. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, nice. Right, so there's that. And now we've got the dotty stamp, so that will make it look like sand. So let's use the dotty stamp. And I'm just going to again give it a little bit of a clean, just to make sure that that manufacturing stuff isn't left over. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to back in with, and it's just like sand. Look at that, just looks like sand. There, so that's that bit. We'll decide on some more stamping when we get there. Right, so I am going to go ahead and get this stuck down, and then I'm going to get my inside bit stuck in, and that way I have got less pieces to lose. So if you've made a comment that I haven't responded to, if you have made it in the comments column, in the comments below this video, I can't see it at this time. I can only see it when the video is published. So if you have something to share, please put it in the chat, the live chat on the right hand side of your screen. There, so now that is in place. We give that a good old smoosh with the bone folder to make sure it's in the right, it stays where I want it to be. And then I'm going to put a little there, I think that's nicely centered. So this is where you're going to write your to you, love from me. And then this is going to go like that. And then this will sort of go like that. And sort of stand up like, if you like this. So if you imagine that that was where the floor was, then that's going to stand up like that. Okay, so now we have some panels to decorate. So need a pen. I think this one will work. Yay, yep. So we know that this is 3. Oh, so no we don't. We know it's 2.5. We did talk about, and this is 2 1/8. So 2 1/8. And we're going to make life simple for ourselves. We're just going to use a 1/4 inch border. So then this piece is going to be 4 1/4 times 3. So let's do this. I got some scraps here. So let's see. So I need 2 pieces. Let's see. That looks like that might be good for there. So that needs to be 4. So 4 will give me 1/4 inch there. 4 by 2 3/4. So that will give me a 1/4 inch border. like that. And then I need 2 pieces, so 2 1/4 by 1 7/8. So 2 1/4, 2 1/4, and that's 4 1/2 by 1 7/8. So by doing it that way, I know that both these pieces are going to be the same size, and so that's got to be 2 1/4. Okay. So that's going to go there like that. And then we can put some decorative paper like that. Maybe we should do that. Let's do that. So now we need, so we're going to do another 1/4 inch border. So I need 3 3/4 times 2 1/2. And then I need 2 times, so that's 1 5/8. I can see I've got a little bit of whisker there. Right. So let's get the paper. So I think I'm going to use this one. So I've used that measurement and I've used that measurement. So now if I use 2 1/2, I should be able to cut my pieces, because this kind of doesn't have much of a direction. It's kind of an even, so I think it can go anywhere. Right, so that's 2 1/2, so 3 3/4. 3 3/4, that gives me my big one. And then I'm going to have, if I do 4, and then 1 5/8, and then I know that these will be the same, so that's going to be 2. Right, I think we're pretty much done now. Now then, these are going to look a bit pale and uninteresting, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some sponging. So I'm just going to try there. Oh yes, that's quite nice. So if we do these pieces as well. Well, I thought I've looked everywhere in my craft room for those missing dies and embossing folder, but you just know that later today or tomorrow when I'm footling around with something, I'm going to find them, aren't I? Because that's the way things go. Right, so that's there. Now then, I'm thinking I want to do some stamping on this paper. We oftentimes just think, okay, we're going to stamp on plain card, but let's stamp on some of this paper. So it goes that a ways. So what have we got? What can we stamp with? Where's the stamp set gone? Oh, I can see it's a day. It is a day that we are going to lose our minds. Okay. So what we could do is to do some sand with a little dotty stamp. Let's do some sand. There we go. That's working. Let's do that. And then maybe we should go with the small sand dollar. Make sure that we use as many of the stamps as we possibly can. So I'm going to give this a little rub clean. Right, I have a feeling that this is a bit juicy. Let me see how we can take a bit of juice out of here. Okay, somebody's just come to the door. Well, that's a little thing for Brian to deal with. Right, so let's do that. And then we'll try with again. So, no, don't really like that. So I'm going to take some of this ink off. It's a brand new stamp pad, and the ink is a bit. I'm just getting some of this off with the. Right, let's get a bit more. Oh gosh, got some chatters at the door today. Right, let's see if that's any better. I know on the face of it you might think there's a bit of a waste of ink here, but you know, I'd rather waste a tiny little bit of ink than mess up my card. That's still a bit. Give me a second. I am going to go and get some paper. Okay. So I have got some kitchen paper towel. Thank you for your patience. I have got some kitchen paper towel here, and I'm going to take off the excess ink. I know there's going to be those of you out there that will be going, ooh, but hey, this might be a better finish. That's looking a bit better. I think the stamp has got different levels of sort of depth in the molding of it, so it does give you that kind of finish. So There we go. I'm going to put one there, and then if we put one here, ooh, there, and then we've got our little starfish, so we can layer up.
Sliders. Okay, you got some sliders in the other one? I've got sliders. I'm going to have the other side. Okay. Right. Is that the other one? No.
So there we go. So that kind of gives us a bit of a mosaic, like that. All right, you're all very quiet today. Why don't you let me know? Give me a thumbs up, and then I'll know you're there. Let me know that you're enjoying today, or if you've got any suggestions on how we can kind of improve what we've got going on. Right, so I'm just going to stick these straight down.
There you go.
Like that. So I am fast heading towards 2,500 subscribers. If you don't yet subscribe, perhaps you'll go ahead. It doesn't cost you anything. It just hit that subscription button, and then you'll know then whenever I have a poster, a video. So go ahead and help me out there. So what greeting shall we have? So it says, your friendship is the best gift. Sometimes the simplest things make the most. I am going to go with your friendship is the best gift. I love that idea because I have dear friends who are a gift to me. Just their friendship is just worth everything to me. Okay, so we just got to go ahead, give this another little, get some of that manufacturing, just in case there's some manufacturing residue on there. And what we'll do is we'll do this one in the blue, or the Summer Splash. I'm going to pop that there like that, and then we'll put some sand. Let's put some sand down. Me and my dots. Your friendship is the best gift. And let's put some more sand here. Like that. Perfect. And this time I'm going to clean this up, and we're going to have a sand dollar in the beige. Like that. And maybe I'll do another one up here, just sort of coming off my paper a bit. And then we'll get the starfish. I'm just going to clean that up because it had a little bit of of beige on it, and we'll just fill in like that. Now, who said that I did actually need to use the dies? I mean, I will probably, when I find them, which hopefully won't be too long, I will do another card and probably post it on my blog or or maybe I'll do a video. Why not? And you can come back and I'll be able to show you how those work, because they're what's known as hybrids, and they're just a little bit different from the usual embossing folders. So here is my drawer of embellishments. You can see that we got quite a bit going on in here, but what I was looking for, if I can find them, because I didn't think about that before I came on, and there they are. Ooh, there's some nice ones. There's other bits. So let's pop that there on the floor so I don't, and I bet you I'll trip over it now. I mean, today has kind of been that sort of day. And I'm not loving it. Okay, so look at these. These are pearls. They're flat backed. Flat, and they've got sticky on the back. So why wouldn't you use pearls on a card that has got like a seaside theme? So there's one. There we go, there's that. And then I've got some of this twine. I just had a quick look to see if I could find my, what's it, twine, what do you call it? Linen. But it wasn't to be. So let's just tie ourselves a little bow in this sort of creamy colour. Well, that didn't work terribly well, did it, Sind? Right. There we go. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, give up. I'm not going to do that. Because bows are my thing. I mean, I tie bows all the time. But I think the door kind of threw me and threw me off my stride a bit here. Let's pull this up. So maybe I will make another version that has maybe some embossed die cut pieces, and we'll just be able to see how that works another day. Okay, there we are. I'm getting there. I am getting there. So let's put a glue dot on the back. Oh, we've been going about 40 minutes. That's not bad, especially as I had to shoot off and get some paper towel to deal with my super squidgy ink pad. Let me just pop that there. And maybe I'll just put another one of these up here. There. Now we're done. Well, I do hope you have enjoyed this card that we've developed as we've been working and as we've been sort of moving through. As I say, you don't necessarily need to have all the other pieces of the bundle to make it work. I think we've got a really cute card just using the stamp set. Well, I hope you have enjoyed spending some time with me today. If you have, perhaps you'll go ahead, give me a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe to my channel, perhaps you'll do that and share. And I will be back next Sunday with another project, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye for now.